Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Lil Tjay, man. This is one of the biggest stories in hip-hop, if not the biggest story in hip-hop right now. Now, for those of you who are just catching up, Lil Tjay was shot yesterday, during an early morning botched robbery attempt. Now, there's been a suspect who's been arrested, and he's been, basically charged with the shooting and attempted murder, right? Now, Lil Tjay has been going through it, man, because he was shot multiple times during this botched robbery attempt. Now, there's some reports out there right now about Lil Tjay's condition so far, and it seems pretty bleak, man. It's not good news. It's not bad news. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't sound good at all. I'll say that, man. It just doesn't sound good. And there's a story from All Hip Hop I want to reference that talks about it. And also talk about, the issues that have been going on lately in hip hop with artists getting robbed, man. I mean, for real, is hip hop, can we officially say that hip hop is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, or being a rapper, or at least a drill rapper? And I don't even know if you want to classify Lil Tjay as drill, but come on, man. It seems like he runs in those same circles, and it seems like he met like the same sort of situations that drill rappers run into. You know what I mean? Sad to say, and we wish the best for Lil Tjay, but before we get to these specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Lil Tjay out here, man. All right, so I'm going to be referencing this story from allhiphop.com, and in the headline it says this. It says, Lil Tjay reportedly remains unconscious following shooting. So it looks like Lil Tjay is unconscious still, man. I know there was a bunch of rumors yesterday where people were like he had already went home. They made it seem like it was a nothing type of deal. But the fact that he's still unconscious right now, that's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? That's probably not a good look. And I'm not trying to be negative at all, because I don't wish anything foul on Lil Tjay. But man, that shows the seriousness of his condition at this time. You know what I mean? Now, Lil Tjay was shot multiple times in New Jersey. His alleged shooter was arrested for attempted murder, among other charges. Now, Lil Tjay is currently in rough shape after getting shot in New Jersey on Wednesday. Now, the place where Lil Tjay was shot at, you know what I mean? They say this is a very nice place. They say Edgewater, New Jersey. This part of Edgewater, New Jersey, there's a whole bunch of high-rise condos, and I saw the visuals. Like, there's a whole bunch of high-priced condos and stuff like that. It's like right on the waterfront. That Chipotle and everything over there is like redone and new and stuff like that. Just one of those new swanky areas, you know what I'm saying, where you have a lot of people who probably work in the city, and it just ends up being a really nice place because, a lot of money is flowing through there, right? Now, what's crazy is, nobody would expect this to happen at a location like that. But apparently, man, when you're a rapper, anything is possible. And when you wear that type of jewelry that Lil Tjay is wearing, and I'm not saying it's his fault at all. Don't get me twisted with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can wear whatever you want. You work hard for the money. You work hard for your chain. Wear that joker, man. It's just, obviously people is out here on an agenda trying to rob rappers, right? Now, according to TMZ, Lil Tjay is still unconscious in the hospital. The 21-year-old rapper was able to move his legs on the day of the shooting, but he's reportedly made no additional body movements as of Thursday. So that's seriousness, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to make sure that he had functional, legs, or he had functionability in, his limbs and things like that, to make sure that, he didn't suffer any injury where he wouldn't have the ability to use them in the future. That's where it gets scary, man. A lot of this gun play and all this gun stuff sound fun on the record, man. In real life, when you get shot, you hear about rappers coming back, you hear about rappers dying, and there's worse consequences out there, man. So, man, take heed and take note on that. Now, the story also says that Lil Tjay is scheduled to receive a CAT scan. He underwent emergency surgery on Wednesday. Police arrested 3 men in connection to the shooting of the Columbia Records artist. Gunfire erupted after Mohammed Konate, 27 years old, allegedly attempted to rob Lil Tjay and 2 other men. So they're saying that gunfire erupted when he attempted to rob them. I'm wondering, did he up and start to fire, or he upped and said, hey, give me your stuff, and then they start shooting, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the shootout began. So it seemed like dude was maybe sitting on them, or maybe he was just saw them shining or something like that. They were probably in a nice car and said, man, let me run up and try to rob them. If you're a rapper right now, man, you just got to move right. You just got to move right. And it looked like Tjay had some homeboys with him, but they caught the bad end of this, obviously, because dude was arrested later, but I didn't see any reports of him being shot. Now, there's also a mugshot that's floating around, and they're saying that's dude. I don't know if that's him at all. So I wouldn't bet on it because I haven't seen anything official say that. But that's the picture that is floating around. You know what I mean? Now, Lil Tjay sustained multiple gunshot wounds in the shooting. His associate, Antoine Boyd, 22, suffered a single gunshot wound. I don't know, man. This is fishy to me. I got to say this, man. Why is the rapper always the target? Like, the other two people weren't standing in front of Lil Tjay. Like, dude immediately just went for Lil Tjay and shot him multiple times, and then the other guy. You know what I mean? Something just sounds fishy. You know what I'm saying? It just feels fishy about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, man. Because out of all those people, why Lil Tjay? You know what I mean? But I guess, you know, I don't know. I just some seems strange. Now, Kone was charged with 3 counts of first-degree attempted murder, 3 counts of first-degree armed robbery. His other charges include second-degree possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, second-degree unlawful possession of a weapon, second-degree certain persons not to possess a firearm, and fourth-degree aggravated assault. Woo! If he gets found guilty of all this, man, they throwing the book at Buddy, man. He ain't never getting out of jail, man. And to be real, just a couple of dollars that Lil Tjay and them probably had in their pockets for walk around money. You know, he's a rap star, and some chains and stuff like that, man. Wasn't worth all this. Wasn't worth everybody's life changing dramatically on that night, man. You know, if you robbing people and that's your get down, you know, it just seems like it's a lot of sloppy stuff with that. You know what I'm saying? People just get shot, man, all reckless and stuff. Then you got all these lives ruined over some goods that people probably could replace. It's a mess, man. Now, the story continues by saying this. It says, Boyd and Jeffrey Valdez, 24, were victims of the robbery, but also faced criminal charges. Both men were charged with second-degree unlawful possession of a weapon. So these two cats were actually with Lil Tjay, you know what I'm saying? And they're actually facing charges. But, man, they might have actually helped save Lil Tjay or something, you know what I'm saying? Based on, you know, how they tell the story later, or if they even tell the story. Because, you know, they got to stick to whatever they got to stick to or however they feel fit about this situation. But regardless, to hear that Lil Tjay is still unconscious at this time is a tragedy, man. This is horrible because, you know, his rap career has been going good. He always drops a hot single, keeps it moving, tries to come back with a new hot single and video, and stays relevant, man. And this is a bad way to get back in the news. Now, with that, man, I just want to once again say the best for Lil Tjay. But what do you guys think about this, man? Do you think that, you know, since they already have the suspect, I mean, Lil Tjay is in the hospital and still unconscious, I mean, is this probably the last update that we're going to get? Or do you feel like, man, that, you know, we might find more details or there might be something sinister at hand on the back end? I'm leaving that on the table because some of this just don't feel right. Like, why the rapper always the one getting shot? Why is the rapper though always the one getting killed, man? Like with the Draco the Rulish situation, man. It's like nobody says, yo, let me crowd around the rapper or whatever to protect them. It's a mess, man. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Now with that, this been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.